So this is part 2 of the video series that I created for non-resident Indians who, when they're working for companies abroad, that is either the West or specifically the Middle East, why after you reach a certain level, a certain position, no matter what you do, you can't seem to push the needle. You can't seem to get a higher package, a higher salary, and you see other people getting it. So what are the factors? What are the reasons? Okay, I'll be addressing it in this video. What I suggest you is, if you have not seen part 1, the link is put down below. Watch that because that will give you a perspective and example. And I'll be, making comparisons, saying that, in part 1, this is, the example that I gave. So it'll make more sense to you. And one small request that I have is, if you have any questions or if you have something to contribute, whether you agree, disagree, put it down in the comment section, because what happens is the people who are really eager to know the answer, they can also get your perspective. And overall, it adds value. And that is the purpose of making this video. All right. Having said that, let's start. So in part 1, I gave you the entire story of what happened with my stepfather and what happened with my mother. Okay. If you were to summarize it in a few points, it is nothing but a story of survivorship bias, which almost every one of us have. See, whether you or me or anyone that you're talking about, we start from zero. We start from a place where we don't have anything. And then we slowly climb up the corporate ladder until we reach a very senior level. And because of all the struggles that we went through, because of all the, ups and downs, and we are still standing strong. We believe in ourselves. Okay. And that was the same logic that my stepfather and my mother had, that we started from the village, see where we are today. If we could do it from nothing, why can't we do it today? Even the people that I speak to, my clients, they keep telling me, Loy, I did it before, I can do it again. But here's the problem. Hope is not a strategy. That is the first thing. Second thing is, people always, they take credit for what they achieved. I studied hard. I got the first rank. I achieved this success. I saved all this money in the bank. Okay. But then they never take accountability for the failures. Have you, you must have heard this, no? When people say, oh, I lost the money because of market conditions. That guy cheated me. I never expected him to do that. It's because of my spouse, my wife, my relative. Otherwise, I would have been up, at a bigger level. I listen to other people. So it's always the economic factors. It's always COVID. It's always the market crashed. They'll never say, no, it's because of me. So here, the first point that I want to give you is, if you're not getting a higher position, if you're not getting a bigger salary, it is because of you. Just as you achieved success, the failure is also you. Okay. And let me be a bit more specific so you understand. Have you ever considered that maybe you got this position because you are lucky? Have you ever thought about it in that way? Like, for example, I'll give you a very strong perspective. With all the talent that you have at the moment, you have this talent, you have this knowledge, you have this experience. If you are right now in Palestine, do you think you would get a job, a salary? Do you think you would be anywhere? If you are in Palestine, if you are in Syria, which is completely bombed and war-torn, the answer is no. If you are in, let's say, let's say in Somalia, where this gang violence is there, they chop hands and they do all this graphic stuff, or in Afghanistan, with the same experience, same knowledge, same everything that you have, the command or the language, because there's no opportunity, right? Okay, so you are the right guy at the right place at the right time. Remember, luck plays a very strong role that nobody wants to admit. Even me being on YouTube, I can challenge you this. If anyone were to start a YouTube career today, having the same topics that I have, even maybe the same tattooed face, same personality, whatever, he would not achieve the level of success or the subscriber count that I have. Why? Because now the competition has increased 100 times over. When I used to make videos about Dubai, when I started off around, say, 12 years ago, I was the only guy. I'm telling you this. I was the only guy speaking about Dubai on Quora. Nobody else. Today, you just type out Dubai. Every Tom, Dick and Harry, even people who have never been to Dubai, Guys from Rajasthan, Hyderabad, and all that, they are making videos about Dubai. So it's changed. The landscape has changed. The example that I gave you in my video, part one, my stepfather, when he came to Dubai, there was nobody there. There was nobody. Indians were a rarity. And that is why he got paid just for a clerk's job. He got paid in UK salaries. Try going to Dubai today as an office boy or clerk. Do you think you're going to get, as per UK standards, like the American standard, like you'll get 8 times, 10 times, or 20 times the salary? My stepfather got it at that time. Today, you'll not get 20, 30 times the salary for a clerk's job. You understand? Okay. So luck is very involved. The next part of this equation is even more important. Take a photograph of yourself. Just take a photograph. Okay. Take a photo of how you are, how you look. You must be having Facebook, right? Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Or maybe if you don't have that, just look at your old photographs, some of them, which you have with you and your family. You'll notice you have a particular look, a particular image, a particular style of dressing. You have a particular manner of how people look at you. In fact, if you ask people they about you, they have a particular opinion. Oh, he's very jolly. He's very friendly. Oh, he's very moody. So people have an opinion. So that becomes part of your personal brand. Like if I say Toyota, you have an image. Okay, family car, budget friendly. I can resale value. Okay. If I were to say, let's say Ferrari or Porsche, oh, that's a very fast car, high maintenance, but it goes 0 to 300, in 3 seconds. Then if I say Rolls Royce, you have an image. So in the same way, when you take a person's name, you have a particular image back of your head. Like if I say, what do you think of your father? What do you think of your mother? What do you think of your brother, your sister? This is an image. In the office, in the corporate world, among friends and people, they have an image about you. The same way your boss, your employer has this image, and he believes this is where you belong. This is how much you're worth. This is where you're best. If they were to give you a little bit more, I'm telling you this, these are facts. If they were to give you a little bit more, they would be like, no, then other people will question, why did I give this guy more? What is he contributing? So there's always that thing back of the head. This is what this guy deserves. This is what everyone believes he deserves. If I give him more, then, pandemonium will break out. People will revolt. So you may not know this, but they know it. And they will never tell you this. That is why whenever I deal with clients, I always tell them, see, listen, you need to go to your boss. You need to go to your critics. You need to go to people who are closest to you and ask them, give me my biggest drawbacks. Give me the thing that you're afraid to tell me. Give me the thing that people speak behind my back. And you'll be so surprised. By the way, it takes time for people to open up. They will not tell you this because they're afraid that if they tell you, it will break the relationship. And some of them are very painful. Some of the drawbacks that if you hear, you will not be able to take it to heart. They can be very, very insulting. Okay. They can be very devastating. In some cases, I've even had, when people did the exercise that I told them, they said, my wife said this, I was very hurt. Like, I never thought she would tell me this. It can be anything from people don't respect you. Just imagine if someone who you love tells you, people don't respect you. People think you're a joke. People think, no, you don't have any leadership skills. They don't look up to you. I've even had one person who's, I think his elder brother or elder sister told him, none of us believe you have leadership skills. That's a very big insult. In fact, one of them, he spoke to his boss. His boss, he was not the type to mince words. He said, you're a liability to our company. Seriously, he told him on his face, you're a liability. And, it comes as a shock. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, there are these things that people say behind your back, which you will not be aware of, but you should be and you must know. And it can be a game changer. Okay. And unless and until you have someone who is like a mentor, a guide, or someone senior to you, or someone who really has your best interest in mind and is not afraid to give it to you on your face, you'll never know. Okay. So self-evaluation is extremely necessary. And if you don't have that, I would suggest get someone who knows you over the years and tell them to give it to you on your face. But be prepared. I'll tell you, be prepared, because it can sometimes hurt. And if you don't have such a person, then you would need to take professional help. Go to a psychologist or psychiatrist or some evaluator, professional service provider who is not afraid to give it to you on your face. And I can tell you this, over the years that I've been doing this, like today, if I see a resume, in seconds, I can tell you where it is wrong, even if it's made by AI. It's like a technician. You take your car and you explain all the problems and you say, I don't know what is wrong. He will just look at it for a few seconds and he'll just ask you one or two questions, or he'll just start the engine. He knows with that sound itself, he knows what is wrong there. So just like you take, say, a computer, you take it to one guy and you're like, I pressed all the keys, it's not starting. This is what it gives me. There's a blink here. He will look at it for a few seconds. He knows what's the problem in seconds. So that is the kind of expertise people like me have. And if you want to know, what are your serious drawbacks, you either go to your boss, go to your CEO, go to the ones closest to you, but who has a maturity, or take a professional service. Okay? Because I can assure you this much, they know, but they don't tell you. Next one is, because of the level of success that people have experienced in the past, the survivorship bias, that overconfidence that comes now, it blinds you. Trust me, I've had clients who have made millions. They're youngsters. They are in their 30s and all that. Oh my goodness. They remind me so much of myself. Oh, I can, make millions, or I can get whichever girl I want, and it's like they achieved their millions and now they're looking for 100 million. They're even looking for a billion. Why? Because they think, I achieved millions, now 100 times more. I will aim for the stars. What they are not thinking, or where they are not able to think, is maybe million is the maximum that you can achieve. I'll give you a simple example to make things clear. When you go to the gym now, first, even taking a bar, you have seen those people take the Olympic bar, no? The silver one for the chest. It's 20 kilos. It's just a bar. There's no weight. It's 20 kgs. So when people go first time to the gym, they're like, it goes all over the place. Their hands are wobbling and all that. They can't do even one. Okay? A newcomer. So obviously, when you've never done weights and you start pushing, so first time, maybe 1 rep, 2 rep, you're shivering. After 1 week, maybe you'll get slight strength. After, say, the 3rd week, you'll be able to hold it. I've become strong. Then you take a 2.5 kilo plate, both the sides. Then you take a 5 kilo plate, this side, this side. Then slowly in a 10 kilo plate, this side, this side. So the weights keep increasing very fast. That is when you start. And before you know it, that 25 kilo bar, I think it's 20, I forgot, man, getting old. Okay, 20 kg, I think 20 kg the bar. Very soon you'll be having 25 plate, that's 50 kilos with the bar, say 70 kilo. From almost zero, you went to 70. Now here is where the problem takes place. When I was young, every bodybuilder believes, if I can take 70 kilos now within just 1-2 months, maybe I can do 100, maybe I can do 150, maybe I can do double, maybe in 2 years, I'll do double this weight. This is where they are mistaken, because as you grow stronger, there are limits. That is why for the chest, the highest is not world record by the strongest man is, I think, around, 300. Let me just check right now as I'm talking to you. Bench press world record. Bench press world record is 635 kilo. 635. Now, for a normal person will think, I can do 100 kilos, then I'll put 200. It doesn't work that. At some point, if you put even 1 kilo or even 5 kilos more, your wrist can get damaged. Your elbow can have a problem. Your chest, pectoral muscle, this is called the pectoral, it can tear off. That is why there are so many bodybuilders who are able to do 100 kilo, say 200 kilo total, okay? 100 kilo each side. They take just 5 kilo more and you'll see the muscle it'll just pull itself. It gets ripped off. Why? Because they assumed they could go more, but they've reached their ceiling. Same way with these clients of mine who have achieved millions. They think, I've made millions. I can make now 10 million. But what they have never considered, or they don't assume, or they don't understand is, maybe you got lucky, boss. Maybe this is the maximum you can do. Even when I started my YouTube career, now I charge $237. There are people who, for 1 hour I charge. There are people who charge what's his name? Gary Vaynerchuk. He charges $15,000 for half an hour. Patrick Bet David, I think he charges $30,000 for just a few questions. Now, if we let success get to our heads, we can think, oh, I'll charge 1 million. But remember, you can't fool the public here. Okay. So just as you run one restaurant, many people think, I'm running this one restaurant. I can run 10 restaurants. Why not? Then I'll get 10 times the revenue. It is very different. Very, very different. So coming to you, why you're not climbing up is because you maybe reached your ceiling. So now how can you break that ceiling? That's the question. How can you break the ceiling? The mistake that you can do is go to YouTube and look at all the videos, or take this online tests, or nowadays they use AI, or go to your friends, or you'll try DIY, do it yourself. Why? Because you did it in the past. There is that saying, no, what got you from here to here will not help you get from here to here. Okay, you got it from level 0 to 10, but from 10 onwards, that approach will not work. It's same like starting tennis. You don't know how to play tennis, and then you learned how to play tennis. But now if you want to be a national level player, you can't do it by watching videos or asking your friends. You need to take a professional coach. Okay, so don't try to do everything by yourself. Go get professional advice. And please don't be stubborn. Don't see, if you feel you know everything, if you feel, no, I will research online, I'll check chat GPT, I will check YouTube videos, and then forget it. Because if you didn't achieve success all this while, if you can't achieve success within a year, within 1 year, you don't see changes, the pattern will repeat itself. That is an open challenge I can give you. It's, remember, I've said in my previous video, a fly who is trying to get through the window pane. There is no fly in the world who can go through a glass window pane. No matter how much motivational talk it listens, try till you succeed, and it's never going to happen, boss. You have, if you have seen my old videos, you'd remember this. I tried a half marathon running for 6 years. I tried every steroid, I tried every SARMs, I tried every supplement, I tried every training, every YouTube, all by myself. I asked people, I had friends, until I became a laughing stock, a joke. People were like, you tried every outfit, shoes, socks, training, you are only getting worse. I was getting worse. Until when people started laughing and making fun, I couldn't stand it anymore. Because my pride got hurt, I went to a professional coach. I paid him what I never paid anybody. Like an entire gym membership for a month was what he was charging me per hour. But guess what? In 6 months, the progress that I made, the speed, the improvement that I showed was right from the day of my school to that date. I was the fastest. And remember, you're talking of a guy who had bad knees, bad lower back, breathing issues, health problems, who even doctors had recommended that my back should be cut open because I could hardly walk. And I had internal bleeding inside. So I achieved a miracle. Why? Because I went to the best of the best coach I could find, I could afford, and I stuck with his expertise. He was an Olympic level coach. Okay. I'll just give you 2 or 3 final points before we conclude. See, you need to get out of your comfort zone. This, I know many of us have said, and you have heard it. It's like a guy, whenever sometimes I get these messages, hey, I'm looking for a better job. Okay, I'm looking for a bigger salary. I'm looking for a better position. Yeah, okay, fine. And then I ask them, why do you want another job, or why do you want to leave? Their answer that they give me, I know for a fact whether they'll be my client or not. If someone says, I'm very comfortable with my job here, I'm pretty happy, I'm just, curious to see what is there in the market, I know for a fact it's a waste of time. Why? Because he thinks no end of himself, and he believes, if I get something chuma, I'll just get it. There's no sense of urgency. But if on the other hand, if I meet someone who says, I'm really desperate, I have just 1 month, I have enough savings only for a month, and it's do or die because I have certain responsibilities, I know that second guy has the fire, the drive, the determination, because his back is against the wall. It's like asking someone who wants to lose weight, who is very happy, hey, I just want to lose weight. So, yeah, just, my friends were just saying, my mother forced me, or my wife was saying, go to the gym, do something. Versus a guy who says, I've been diagnosed with cancer, and if I do not lose 20 kilos within the next 6 months, I'm finished. I know the second guy will achieve success no matter what. So one is being in your comfort zone. What is your why? Okay. and having that sense of urgency. That is also very, very important. And you need to have a time bound target. If you have, when do you want to get a new job? Yeah, whenever, yeah. If they say that way, no. If they say instead, I have 3 months, I have 6 months, or I need to get this within XYZ period of time, that person will achieve success. Last 2 points is, if you're in your comfort zone for more than 3 years, same job, same salary, same income, 3 years, 5 years, and your salary has not grown or you have not grown, chances that you can do it by yourself are slim to none. I'm just telling you facts, because the very fact that you stayed in the same and you didn't get paid extra, say 6 years, two visa renewals, like in UAE, 3 years each, then no, boss, you're not going to get it. That means wherever you are, you got lucky, and your luck is run out. And the open challenge I'll give you to prove yourself whether what I'm saying is true or false: start applying for jobs. Okay, start applying for jobs. But here, the only caution that I'll give warning: where you apply once, you can't apply there again, because they will have your CV in their database. So don't start sending 50,000 CVs where your CV is not ready, and because they'll keep it in their database. Then if you send them the new, improved, better resume, it'll clash. No? Then they look at the old, they look at the new. Okay, so here's where he's bullshitting. Here's where he changes grammar. We'll go with the old one. Why new one? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So apply for a job and see, does the job market respond to you? And if you feel like sitting on your excuses and saying, oh, politics, this and that, I'll tell you, just search in the industry at your job level, how many people are only a particular nationality, say Emirati or whites. And if you're the only, let's say, Indian, and everyone else is white skin and everyone else is, say, from the West, then either you got very lucky that you got a job that nobody else would get, or two, you're that good. And I'll give you a specific example of someone who qualified for that. He's not my client, but he was my running mentor. One of the running mentors that I had. I call him Captain R. I'll not give you his full name. He's based in Sharjah. In the entire Middle East, full Middle East, he's the only Indian. Seriously, he's the only Indian who has been nominated by the ruling family to be the captain of a port. To be the captain of a port, that means the entire state or the country's port is under your jurisdiction, your leadership. And that position has only been given to a Sheikh family member or to an Emirati. And if not that, it has been given to a white skin at the highest level of qualification, expertise, and credibility. Very rarely, almost not rarely, impossible that an Indian would be given. He's the only Indian. He is an ex-military guy. And he is one guy who the Sheikh was so impressed, because even though he gave him millions in terms of a budget to decorate his office, to make his office big, and he gave the money back. He said, the office is good enough. The sofas, nothing need to be upgraded. We'll focus this on the technology and on the equipment to make the port better. He is that kind of a person. In fact, when he was called for the interview, I'll make a separate video on this. Okay. When he was called for an interview, and he asked him questions where he was looking to be impressed. Okay. He gave him answers which is confidential. I can't share with you because he told me not to. But he refused to impress the ruler by giving him answers like, yeah, we can make it 10 times more, 20 times. No. He said, sir, he told him, sir, Your Highness, there are certain issues and certain problems that need to be dealt with. He's saying, okay, the ruler. Okay, tell me what they are. We will just solve it. No, sir, that is not how it should be done. It should be done properly with strategy. He's saying, what do you want? New building, new office, how much? 1 million? No, sir. That is also not the case. We need qualified manpower. We need improved resources in terms of the machinery, and we need to expand the port. He had a detailed answer, and he said, this is the proposal that I'm giving you, what has to be improved. This is the budget for it. Okay. And I believe we can get it done within this. So he said, okay, Ella, you just get it done. Whatever the amount, I'll pay you. Get it done. Just get it done. And you will not believe he focused on all this. And as he was getting the work done, one day he got called to the office and said, okay, I'm very happy with what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of progress. we will build a new office for you. We will build a new, cabin and car and this and that. He refused all of it. He seriously refused all of it. He said, no, this money should be used only for this. And, even after getting that senior role, you'll be surprised to know, he continued working the same number of hours, extra hours, unpaid hours, as when he was a junior, as when, he joined at a lower level. He was never interested in the glory. He was never interested in an expensive car. He was never interested in showing off. And now the ruling family, the Sheikh, we trust him blindly. If he asks for anything, it is approved without question. Why? Because he proved himself for all these years with, like Spider-Man, no? Like they say, with the with the power comes responsibility, that Uncle Ben speaks to Peter Parker. This guy, he never let success get to his head. He put his head down and he considered work is worship, worship is God. He didn't flinch for anything else. And here's the funny thing, where everyone else was focusing on decorating themselves with expensive watches, cars, and this, he focused into educating and learning and studying. The discipline of the military he had, the humility he had. I'll just end with one final point, and I think this should summarize the whole thing. It's very necessary that you and I, all of us, we tend to be practical. Sadly, in today's day and age of all these podcasts and YouTube videos and all these gurus that are there, even Alex Hormozy, even Andrew Tate and all that, they keep talking millions and billions and sun, moon, and stars. And then when I get these, some of them, not just youngsters, when I get people talking to me millions, billions, they are only talking up, 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 up. Nobody is talking of failure. Nobody is talking of maybe you will not be able to do it. See, if everyone became a millionaire, if everyone became a CEO, then who do the normal work? It's like they say, the Dunning-Kruger effect. You tend to overestimate your skills. So I keep quiet. I listen. That's my job as a coach. But I can tell you this much. Evaluate yourself, and take a Microsoft Excel sheet. Find out which approximate where you worked, which company, what was the salary, write it down. And there you can see a snapshot of your career. And then ask yourself, next step, what is the salary? What is the value that you think you deserve? And ask yourself, why am I not getting it? And if you're not able to answer that question, and if you're not able to get that next target, no matter what, then I think it is a moment you have a moment with God, like they say. You need to sit down with God and have a talk with Him. Yeah. So I hope this video gave you value. Remember, this is the part 2 of it, because end of the day, we as human beings now, we are a sum total of all our experiences and how we translate them. So if you're living up in the clouds, one day you'll come crashing down. So better be on earth, be practical, be realistic. And it's very important to have somebody, whether guru, whether coach, whether someone you look up to tell you who you are and where you actually belong. Because sometimes when you don't have that, that is where all the problems start. And the day you get that person, it can be very, very painful. And if you don't have that person, well, all I can tell you is you will be bitch slapped into reality, just as my stepfather was. And then it's all downhill for you from there. Anyway, I hope this video added value. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Good, bad, ugly. Love to hear from you. It's me signing off. You guys take care.